Guys, I've made a decision. I am going to finally get rid of one of the tools I've always used. And that's drill bits. I've been buying these Bosch brand twist drills for a while because I found them to be the best option as far as twist drills go. I want to say they were close to $30-ish or so for the set. Made a lot of projects with them. But my problem with them that I don't like, same reason that I stopped buying the Harbor Freight ones, is because those ones, they would get dull super fast. And so I'm noticing that these are doing the exact same thing, they're just taking a little longer. And I found something that I like better. These are brad point drill bits. These are the Harbor Freight ones, Warrior brand. For those who are not familiar with brad point drill bits, here's the two types. You've got the twist drill, the silver one, and the black one is a brad point. You can see it's got a point on the end of it, hence the name. I don't know who Brad is, but maybe he developed this style a bit. And I am blown away by how much better they are for woodworking than the traditional twist drill. And I've also noticed that they appear like they might be a little easier to sharpen, which is great because these ones here I try to sharpen and I found them very difficult to sharpen. So why did I make the switch from a traditional twist drill over to a brad point for woodworking? A lot of it has to do with that brad point. It just makes a big difference in the centering abilities of the bit. Doesn't wonder. Sure, you can use one of these, a regular twist drill, and put a little indent in the wood before you drill, but this here does it all in one piece. No extra tools necessary. What I also like is, if you notice on the brad point, the edge of the bit there is a little bit taller than the rest of the bit. What that does is that almost acts like the same way that the cutters on a Forstner bit work, where it cuts the edges before it actually starts boring out the hole. What that does is that more or less prevents tear out, in my experience. So like I said, I got these out of Harbor Freight, and I've noticed they have the same problem that their twist drills do. They just don't hold an edge very well. And so I found Al Tool's brad point drills. I got these off of Amazon. The price here is on the screen, how much I paid. But let's open these up and take a look at them. So right off the top, the first thing I like better about the Al Tools is that it does come in a case. It's not a high quality case, but at least it's a plastic case instead of shrink wrapped cardboard that the Warrior tools came in. It's 12 pieces, so you get multiples of each size, which I think is great. You get 2 1/2-inch, 1 7/16, 2 3/8, 5 16, 2 1/4, 3 16. I think that's a 1/32. The engravings aren't super great on here. Oh, 1/8, so that would be a 3/32. So it's a 3/32 and a 2 1/8. Very happy that this has 2 of some sizes. I think that's fantastic. All right, other than that, they look like standard brad points. Let's go ahead and drill into some wood. I've got a piece of southern yellow pine, I've got a piece of ash, and some white oak. We're gonna drill holes in all of them and see how they do. I'm going to choose a 3/8 inch bit. All right, so I drilled 35 holes. Is that enough to test a drill bit, find out if it's gonna last forever? Of course not. It's a good first test though, in my opinion, especially considering that the Harbor Freight ones, they were dull after maybe 5 to 10 holes. Let's analyze the pieces that we drilled holes in today. First of all, the first holes we drilled was these 3 in the southern yellow pine. Very clean holes. There was a little bit of tear out. I think I didn't press hard enough on those because going through the rest of the tests, I pressed a little harder and it just whizzed right through, no problems. There are a few up there where there's some tear out, but not too bad. Much better than the Harbor Freight ones. The ash, there's a lot more tear out. It's a much harder wood. The grain direction is different. As you can see, we're going through the grain this way instead of across the grain on this one. So that could be part of it as well. The white oak, again, we're going through the grain, very clean holes. The backs, so if we look at here, this is the back of the first few holes that I drilled. Some tear out, a lot of tear out on those ones. A lot of tear out on those ones, and a lot of tear out on those ones. I don't care, doesn't matter to me. I knew the back was gonna tear out. I don't know of a single drill bit that does not tear out on the back. So to me, that doesn't matter. There's ways to lessen it and even completely prevent it. So I drilled through the pine first, and then I went through the ash, and then I did them in the white oak. In my opinion, the drill bit did not dull at all between drilling through the hardwoods and then going back to the pine. It drilled the same, and I have no complaints with that. So in my opinion, the Owl Tools Brad Point drill bit set is a really good value for the money, and it is leaps and bounds better than Harbor Freight. I really like the Brad Points, how they perform. I do a lot of dowel holes in my work. I do a lot of rustic style furniture, so I'm using dowels because I don't have a domino joiner. And this bit's gonna make it a lot easier. I also like the chip extraction better. The twist of the bit is a little steeper. It seems to extract chips better. All the holes I've drilled with these Brad Points so far, and this goes for both, because the Harbor Freight ones also had a steeper twist. Since I switched over to these ones, they haven't been having that issue, which is fantastic. All right, well, that's it. So don't forget to like the video if you liked it, subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, comment down below and let me know what you think about the drill bits. What's your favorite type? Having said that, go make something awesome. We'll see you next time, guys.